Hello, everybody. Welcome to Youth Connect. I'm Aiden.
I'm Kevin.
I'm John.
I'm Jeffrey.
And welcome to our Youth Connect. Hello, everybody. Welcome to another amazing Friday of Youth Connect. Before Youth Connect even starts, I would like you to know that we will not be having Nebraska today, but don't worry, you will still get some entertainment news by me, so be ready for that. But for those who don't know what Youth Connect is a news, interest, entertainment show that was created during the pandemic for the community, by the community. Everyone here wants to become go into acting, voice acting even, and even go into the likes of becoming broadcasters and maybe even spokespersons and news persons like what we're doing right now, and even become paid musicians, maybe even able to release album covers. I know it's a show that you are going to love, but starting off Youth Connect, if you know, we are a bit of a wacky show, so we always have to start off with some gaming news. Okay, guys, so first things first, we always have to go through our Spotlight Game of the Week. Now, what in the world is our Spotlight Game of the Week? Well, basically, it's a game that is either came out recently, is coming out, or is soon to be released. Now, today's game was actually released just recently, and today's game is actually kind of fun because we got SpongeBob's Cosmic Shake. Now, what is SpongeBob's Cosmic Shake? Well, here's the story. During a visit, as you guys know, with SpongeBob, they went to Glove World theme park. SpongeBob and Patrick encounter a strange woman named Madame Cassandra, a mermaid fortune teller who sells them a bottle of magic bubble soap that can make their dreams come true. And obviously, as SpongeBob always does, tries to fill the wishes of all of his best friends. And when he does, SpongeBob's bubbles then cause mayhem as it opens portals and sucks in buildings and his friends into several wish worlds, while covering Bikini Bottom in a substance called cosmic jelly, apparently known as the building blocks of reality. So, wish-granting mermaid tears in the hands of SpongeBob and Patrick. What could possibly go wrong? It sounds like pretty much a lot. Sure, the very fabric holding the very universe together could come very much undone, opening up portals into wish worlds full of knights, cowboys, pirates, and prehistoric snails. But that's nothing everyone's favorite sponge can't handle. With the right cosmic costume, everybody can do the Cosmic Shake. Now, this game looks absolutely fantastic. The voice acting are all the original actors, I'm pretty sure. And you know what? This game has been getting positive reviews by fans, but you know what? SpongeBob games have been getting that little bit of negative reviews from major companies like, for example, Metacritic and IGN, both giving it a 5 out of 10. People say it's gaming politics, which I sadly have to say, which is true. But you know what? From fans, including myself, we know the truth. So always look at the fans' comments if you're ever looking on the Steam page, and you'll see that this game looks absolutely fantastic. A few bugs here and there, but is very much super positive and honestly should deserve an 8 out of 10 for being such an awesome and great addition to the SpongeBob game genre. Anyways, though, next up we have Kevin, and Kevin has with us some all-important news.
Hello, everyone. Hope you had a great week and are looking forward to the weekend. Welcome to Youth Connect with me, Kevin Aruja. For now, over to our headlines. Ontario to allow PSW to administer some medication in long-term care. Nearly 100,000 pieces of plastic removed from the Toronto harbor. First ever NBA courtside restaurant to open in downtown Toronto. And LeBron James sets NBA all-time scoring record. A proposal put forth by the Ontario government will allow personal support workers to administer certain medications to long-term care residents, prompting concerns of from sorry, prompting concerns from advocates who are worried about safety and overall accountability in the facilities. New proposed regulations submitted earlier this month show the government is looking into allowing PSWs who have received training in drug administration to be able to provide long-term care residents with non-controlled medication. PSWs began temporarily administering certain medications in April 2022 under the Fixing Long-Term Care Act. That provision is set to expire on April 11th, 2023. The team behind Toronto's trash trapping program network says that it removed close to 100,000 small pieces of plastic from the city's harbors last year. Ports Toronto, in partnership with the University of Toronto's so-called trash team, said they caught 92,891 pieces of pollution between May and September through the use of 10 sea bins, which are positioned near the water's surface and sucks trash into the catch bag with the pump. In addition to the sea bins, the program also removed thousands of pieces of trash using a device called a litter trap, which are placed in storm drains throughout the Queensway area, as well as the skimming the surface water in the harbor to divert a total of 96,208 pieces of waste between all three methods. By weight, the program removed 118,000 no 118.50 kilograms of anthropogenic, which means originating from the human activity, debris and microplastics, which can harm wildlife and contaminate drinking water. As the basketball world watches every move ahead of an NBA trade deadline, the NBA announced it will open its first ever court-sized restaurant in downtown Toronto this spring. The 10,000 square foot space would offer premium sports-inspired dining experience and feature custom art and decor that celebrates the NBA and all things basketball. Located in 15 Queensquay East, about a 10-minute walk from the home of the Toronto Raptors at Scotiabank Arena, the restaurant itself will be operated by Urban Dining Group. Toronto-based chef Erica Carberlink, will serve as the restaurant's culinary ambassador and oversees the development of the menu. The basketball its theme is featuring heavily in renderings of the space, with hoops on the wall and an iconic Jerry West NBA logo scattered throughout. A series of NBA Top Shots moments will be on display at the restaurant and feature some of the best plays of the seasons from around the league. Also, the NBA said that a large-scale mural by Anishinaabe artist Jenny K. Dupuis will be featured on one of the restaurant's exterior walls. There will also be a retail space with exclusive merchandise from New Era, Mitchell and Ness, and 47 brand. I cannot wait to see this. And in sports news, when LeBron James hits a successful fadeaway jumper from the foul line on Tuesday night, the crowd at Crypto.com Arena in Los Angeles went wild. Even though James has long since been heralded by his fans as the GOAT, which is the greatest of all time, with that impressive basket, he officially claimed the title. The point against the Oklahoma City Thunder confirmed James, who placed for the LA Lakers as the NBA's all-time highest scoring player. The former record was held by Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, who scored 38,387 points during his NBA career. He had held the record since 1984. It took Abdul-Jabbar, who is often referred to as captain, 1,560 games to set the record. James played just over 1,400 to beat it. With James' 38,388th point came as he overpowered Thunder's Kenrich Williams with only 10.9 seconds remaining in the game's third quarter, though James is known in part of for his cool demeanor. He had tears in his eyes after scoring the point. In weather, we have great weather for the weekend. Saturday will be a mix of sun and clouds with high of 2 degrees and lows of -4. Sunday will be a high of 4 with low of -3. The work week will also have temperatures in plus. The Groundhogs predict 6 more weeks of winter and sorry, on Groundhog Day, meaning winter will be ending sooner than later. After a long winter, there's nothing more exciting than spotting the first signs of spring. Let me share a few. Snowdrops are one of the very first signs of spring. These delicate flowers emerge in the depths of winter, as early as the first week of February, and they appear in woodland parks and gardens. Their beautiful white flowers are easy to spot because of the association with the end of winter. They have also been called the flower of hope. Daffodils, these bright yellow flowers, help bring in the new season thanks to their vibrant color and the fact that you will often see the whole cluster of them. You will find this in many different places too, like grasslands, woods, and near river banks. Cro- crocuses can be white, yellow, or purple. They are a great source of food for bees and other insects emerging for the first time because they pop up so early. You can find them all over in gardens and woods, and also by roadsides. Trees, like similar to flowers and wild plants, there are also trees which blossom earlier and on the spring. So look out for the small buds on the branches that will appear before the flowers do. The trees you should look for are ash, beech, oak, and rowan. That's all we have today. That's all we have time for today, folks. Now I'm sending you back to you, Aiden.
I gotta say, for your flower, I can't believe the name Snowdrop is used for it. I had to literally check it out. And you know what? I feel like that little bit of bright purple color, despite its name, is quite shocking. And I saw another variation of the snowdrop, which is like a kind of drooping flower that kind of looks like a snow that's like drooping down. So it's like a snowdrop. So I really love how that flower looked. And you know what? This is where the spring starts coming in, those fresh bright colors emerging out of the white snow. So that's always awesome to see. And for everyone else, you Joshua and you Jeff, what did you guys think of Kevin's news?
I thought it was really interesting. Nice spring feeling. Nice spring feeling news.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And there was also a little bit about the environment being taken care of, this, or
Mm-hmm.
at least trying to be taken care of. So that's always appreciated.
Yeah.
And you know what's also appreciated? Your news, Kevin. Thank you so much. And you know what? It's always great to hear. Anyways, moving on to our second gaming news. This is where we get into the serious topic, guys. This is where we get serious. If you guys are as shocked as I am, you would have known that a Nintendo Direct dropped literally 2 days ago. Absolutely baffling. I came out of the blue, and honestly, for me, I was completely shocked by it because I just wasn't ready for this brand new Direct. And let me tell you that Nintendo finally broke their streak by giving us a very, very, very good Direct, which I have labeled or highlighted some of the best that I think that you should check out. And also very important, if you also want to check out any other extra details that I may have missed out, make sure to check out the Nintendo Direct on the YouTube page because they have released it or streamed it 2 days ago. So if you want to learn more of what happened during that Direct, I recommend that you check it out. Anyways, let me burn through these titles. So we got the first one. We got Kirby's Return to Dreamland Deluxe. If you are a big fan of Kirby, you are also a big fan of Magalore. Now, we will be getting some Magalore lore in this new Kirby game, which includes a brand new game mode after story mode, all about Magalore. Pretty exciting, I gotta say. On the second part, we got Pikmin 4. Finally, we got gameplay, guys. We got to see how this game looks, and it looks absolutely fantastic. Includes a new captain and 3 other members, and a new Pikmin called the Ice Pikmin. That's honestly so cool. Next up, we got Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom. We got action. We got more gameplay. The map is insanely large. new bosses, and tons of new things to see. I just cannot wait for this brand new Legend of Zelda game. It just blows my mind. Big one for me, it's Octopath Traveler 2. A demo with the game's opening hours is now available on the eShop in the sequel to the well-known JRPG. Honestly, it looks as amazing and even better than the original. Next up, we got We Love Katamari Reroll plus Royal Reverie. Now you can play as the young king in 5 new levels, along with a new camera mode in the endlessly re-released roly-poly game about sticking random stuff onto your Katamari ball. Now, here's a big one, guys. Nintendo Switch Online gets Game Boy and Game Boy Advance. Game Boy finally arrives on the Retro Collection, including the OG GB, as well as the Game Boy Color and GBA. At last, the expansion pack version of the service will offer some all-time classics, including Super Mario Advance 4, Super Mario Bros. 3, WarioWare Inc., Mega Micro Game, Kururin, that's a hard word to say, Mario Kart Super Circuit, Mario and Luigi Superstar Saga, and The Legend of Zelda, the Minish Cap. Now I can finally beat the Minish Cap with friends, because I don't think I ever did it before. My sister absolutely loved this news, which is Professor Layton and the new world of Steam. Now it's more Professor Layton. It has been a couple of years since we've had a Professor Layton. Do you need to know more? No? Good, because really the trailer didn't show too much besides what it's going to be about. There's no release date, no gameplay or anything like that. But just the fact that I saw a Professor Layton type game, it's very exciting to see. And lastly, Mario Kart 8 Deluxe Booster Course Pack Wave 4. Yoshi's Island is a brand new course, and Birdo is finally added to the game, originally releasing on the GameCube, now coming to the Nintendo Switch version. There should be eight new courses, and although the rest of them should be recycled from older games, so do be warned, you might get a few. And trust me, the music the music on that stage is fantastic. There's even more games coming out in the Direct, and like I said before, if you want to see more info about that Direct, I recommend that you really do check it out. Nintendo fans, trust you me, this Direct was a lot. And if you want to see the gameplay of all the games that I mentioned, I also recommend checking it out. Anyways, though, next up is Joshua, and Joshua has with us some good story news, and of course, your very favorite animal news.
Good afternoon. Welcome to Connect Now for a good news story. California man builds solar-powered bike with stuff in his garage. No gas is no problem for one Stockton, California inventor who created a solar-powered tricycle that's really catching on. Milton Butler's invention uses 2 batteries and a small electric motor gathered up in a normal plastic storage bin to power 3 bicycle wheels, and is allowing his family to save money on $5 per gallon gasoline. He says he built the contraption based on something he saw in his dreams, and out of things he had lying around in his garage. I'm an inventor. That's all I know how to do. I invented something that people can use everywhere, said Milton Butler of his idea. It came in my sleep. I said, how the sun is always out. So I went and got my boys. We built something that we can use from the sun. In December, Butler is hoping to drive the Ducky, its nickname, to the downtown City Hall and hopefully show off his newly patented device. Ducky was named after his late wife, who did everything perfect in Milton's eyes. Mr. Butler is currently in the funding and development phase, looking for investors who are committed to creating a better world. Now for another good news story. Man sprints along 4-lane snowy highway to stop a woman's runaway car. When a Massachusetts woman lost consciousness at the wheel of her car on the highway, she can thank her lucky stars. She did an interview of Mr. Alfredo Molina, the tall and powerful Dominican sprinted across a 4-lane highway in the snow to try and stop her car. As it brushed against the guardrails while continuing to accelerate on the shoulder of the road. A nearby driver recorded the rescue attempt and put it on TikTok, where the images of Molina went viral while trying to slow down the car by grabbing the door handles. I was surprised at first, but at the end of the day, I wasn't, because he's a helpful person, and his wife, Matey Pena, remarked to CBS Boston News, something in his mind just said, "Go help." So he got out of the car and did what he needed to do. It was like a sign of God. God sent him to do that mission. At one point, another person came to give Molina a hand, and Trinity tried to use sticks to stop the still moving car, which was beginning to move back toward the highway. They tried to push it into the guardrails to at least slow it down. The car pursuit eventually ended when her car hit a divider. She was transferred to a nearby hospital, and Molina, who was honored for his heroism at the Dominican Consulate in Boston, Molina hopes to be able to see her someday. Now turning to animal interest news. This crew of street veterinarians treat the pets of LA homeless residents. Dr. Kwan Stewart runs the nonprofit called the Project Street Vet that takes donations and volunteers out onto the streets and to homeless encampments to provide free medical care for their pets. Last year, they were able to help nearly 600 animals receive medical care. It's estimated that 10 to 25% of the homeless of the population of America own pets for companionship and occasionally for security. It goes without saying that many don't have the means to take proper care of these animals whom they often love, or more than anything else in the world. In 1997, Stewart was buried in student loan debt when he graduated from the University of Colorado before bouncing from one miserable rescue shelter to the next. Out of frustration for his career choice, he just started spending a few hours a day providing free medical care to pets of the homeless in Los Angeles. This went on for 7 years until he had an encounter with the showbiz that spawned Dr. Kwan, the street vet, a one-season Canadian TV show that attracted pet product companies, volunteers, and philanthropists to his mission. In 2020, he and his brother Ian started his nonprofit that provides free exams, vaccines, free medication supplies, and information to people experiencing homelessness on how to raise their animals with the limited means they possess. Charity organizations partner with animal clinics and Project Street Vet to open pop-up clinics where the homeless can bring their pets for even more sophisticated medical care, as well as procedures like spaying and neutering. Project Street Vet also assists qualified pet parents with their pets' veterinarian care through financial assistance grants. This is Joshua Show reporting for Youth Connect. That's it for me. Now I'll send it back to you, Aiden.
I gotta say, Joshua, your good story news absolutely is, well, honestly, it's inspiring. Hearing about a solar powered trike made by such a young mind is absolutely amazing to hear. I am very glad that man was able to save the woman, because you know what? He must be pretty darn fast to keep up with a car. My goodness. And the last one is one of my favorites, the street animal vets. Or the street animal vets. You know what? It takes a lot of work to take care of the homeless people's animals, but it's also very heartwarming to hear that they would do it absolutely for free. Because trust you me, I don't think that they would be able to pay for it. So them doing it out of the kindness of their hearts is absolutely heartwarming. You know. Now, what did you Kevin and you Jeff? What did you guys think of Joshua's news?
I liked it, especially the last one was my favorite.
Yeah, the street animal is my favorite.
I agree. Absolutely. Thank you so much, Joshua. You know, it's really appreciated for all of your awesome good story news and your animal news. It's something that we need every single time we do Use Connect. Anyways, moving on to our third gaming news, we have to do our board game of the week, similar to our video game of the week, but now it's a board game. And what is today's board game of the week? Well, today's board game of the week is a board game called Stone Saga. Now, it's not scary and it's not evil like all the other ones that we've done before. It's a little bit of a slower pace. Stone Saga is a cooperative campaign-style survival crafting board game set in a unique, persistent world shaped by your choices. In Stone Saga, you unfold the epoch-spanning story of the people of a remote glacial valley, guiding multiple generations of characters who make a life there amidst harsh conditions, wondrous mysteries, and giant monsters. Each game session covers one generation of people within a society, continuing from the last and permanently changing the valley in various ways based on in-game events and the player's decisions. So basically, let's say you let the monsters run loose into your city. The next generation comes along. They know we can't go to that city because it's infested with monsters. So they build inside of a cave and make a cave city. Then the next generation goes to that city, lives there for a bit, but realizes it's not stable enough and maybe moves somewhere else. So it's a game that you learn from your mistakes, but also your mistakes could affect the future generation. It's a game that requires you a little bit of thinking and requires you to think, you know what? It requires you to be a little bit more thoughtful on the things that you do. I love a game that makes you think, and I love a game that is based off of survival. I like this generation thing because it makes sense. The generation of last year's is, or the generation of last time is going to be different to the generation, our next generation. Like I'm this generation, then next generation, our changes in the world can be changed. Like let's say in this generation, I build a skateboard and the next generation picks up that skateboard and makes it electric skateboard, something like that. Our choices that we do right now affects the future. I mean, as all things do. I love this board game. If you like this board game, make sure to like and comment down below. And you know what? Share a little bit more info if you ever check out this game. And if you have a game that you would like to share, make sure to do it down in the comments because I would love to hear. Anyways, though, usually this is where I would say it's time to move on to entertainment news, but I'm going to have to take in charge of that. And I have with you, because if you guys know, it's slowly coming along that it's going to be all about love. Why? Because it's Valentine's Day coming up, and I have gathered some of my favorite Valentine's Day movies for the whole family in 2023, and maybe even for a loved one if you have. So number one is obviously a classic, Be My Valentine, Charlie Brown. That was released in 1975, guys. That is quite a long time, but it's a classic. My dad loves it, and my sisters and even my grandma loved it. I haven't seen it, but I definitely will have to check it out. And it is, and according to my dad, it's such a good old classic film. Next one is Trolls from 2016. If you know about Trolls, Trolls is a singing one. This is candy-colored and cheerful. The trolls are all about spreading love and happiness. Their joyful world is turned upside down when gloomy, mean Bergens threaten to pull the plug on all the fun. Great music by Justin Timberlake. This animated film will keep everyone singing and dancing. Number 3 is Cinderella. It is Pitch Perfect's Kate Cannon, which directs a new Cinderella adaptation, which mixes in various pop songs as well as the musical soundtrack. The plot is a twist on the typical Prince Gets Girls story too. But the reason why I chose this movie is because it's also about self-love, realizing how awesome and amazing you are. Because trust you me, you are really, really awesome. Number 4 is Princess and the Frog, a classic, and honestly, in my own opinion, is one of my favorite Disney movies. Set in New Orleans, this animated musical follows Tiana, a phenomenal cook and aspiring restaurateur who is mistakenly turned into a frog by Prince Naveen. And Prince Naveen has also been turned into a frog by an evil force. Together, the pair must work together to break their spells. Come on, guys. What's more romantic than that? And it also was amazing because it put a spin on the princess kisses the frog and boom, the world is saved. Instead, even she's cursed and now they both must work together to survive. And number 5 is Luca, a Disney film that was not really that popular by many people, but was absolutely amazing. A great Italian story which follows 3 young friends as they spend an unforgettable summer together in Italy. Oh yeah, did I tell you that 2 of them happen to be sea monsters from another world? Well, not from another world, but they're just sea monsters that live deep, deep in the sea. It's funny. It's also about acceptance. And you know what? It's the importance of family. That's very awesome. Disney films always capture that sense of morals. A show always needs to have good morals. Now, absolutely amazing movies. If you check out these movies, please tell me what you thought of them, because I will have to check out the Charlie Brown one because that's the one I haven't seen. And if you check it out, make sure to tell us about it and share your thoughts on how it was. Now, before we go, I just want to say for you, Kevin, and you, Joshua, and if you want to, you, Jeffrey, as well, are you guys going to check out any of these Valentine's Day movies?
I think I might do that.
I'm not sure. I'm not really sure.
You know what? It's fine. You know what? If you decide to or you don't decide to, that's fine. But you know what? It's always great to watch a movie because you know what? It just passes the time a little bit. All right. Now, I think we shared some entertainment and some board games. And if you guys know, now we have reached the end. And before we reach the end, we always need to do our live musician with our live artist, Jeffrey.
Hi, everybody. Hope everybody's doing well. I'm Jeffrey, your live musician, and I'm going to be playing another original song. This one's called War. Now, it's not just about war. It's also about love and kindness and family and all that stuff. So here we go. Fighting, killing, pain, and war. You got to be kidding me. How old are you? Didn't you grow? Can't you see it's wrong? Just because you don't belong. I wanna know. I wanna know. I wanna know. I wanna know. Is your heart is too small? Your compassion all time low. Do you have no sympathy? I wanna know. We are all one family, brothers, sisters, mothers, and fathers. They teach us to learn, to be kind, to forget, to value life above all else, to be true. So let go of all your lies, wipe the tears from a victim's eyes. Open yourself to be wise. I wanna know, I wanna know, I wanna know, I wanna know. We are all one family, brothers, sisters, mothers and fathers. They teach us to learn, to be kind, to forget, to value life, above all else, to be true. So let go of all your lies, wipe the tears from a victim's eyes. Open yourself to be wise. Fighting, killing, pain, and war. You got to be kidding me. How old are you? Did you grow? Can't you see it's wrong? Just because you don't belong. I wanna know.
All right. So, you know what? Technical difficulties, guys. It happens every once in a while. I think Jeffrey's internet may have cut out, so we may have to cut short, but I think we should give it just a second. You know what? I love the song. You know what? It's a song about, what the world should be a bit more accepting place. Also, I think that we will have to continue on. So, you know what? I will say in advance, I know that, you know what? I think, Jeffrey, you were doing so good. Oh, hello. You're back.
I'm so sorry.
It's fine. It's fine.
What
Internet
happened?
trouble.
What happened? All
Would
right.
you like to continue?
Yeah, I'll continue. So let go of all your lies. Wipe the tears from a victim's eyes. Open yourself to be wise. I wanna know. 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 Oh, come on now. Thank you so much. This is Jeffrey, your live musician. I'll see you all next week. And it's back to you, Aiden. Bye, everyone.
All right, guys. Well, we happily got to finish our song. And you know what? We have reached the end of our Youth Connect. You know what? I got to say, though, Jeff, I really love how you added a riff to the song. It just gives it a little bit more twang to it. I really appreciate it. And you know what? It makes me want to jam more to it. Anyways, though, if you like Youth Connect, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe.
And don't forget to click the notification bell.
Other than that, guys, I hope that you guys have a wonderful week and a wonderful weekend, and we will see you all next time. Thank you guys so much for watching.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.